All right. Welcome everybody to the very first episode of something that nobody asked for. A new show filled with people who don't have any real credentials that you should be taking our advice over here. The show's called The Picks. We came up with lots of inspiration. Frank, who's joining us for episode 1, drew the logo. So appreciate that, Frank. So here's how this show's kind of going to work. It's going to come out either Wednesday, Thursday, before the Thursday night game, well before the Thursday night game, but Wednesday, Thursdays every week. Exactly what you want, another NFL show where people talk about sports and everyone argues, but we're not here to argue. It's going to be short, simple, sweet. It's not going to be an hour long because, we're not that talented. We don't have that many graphics. This is a rough draft of how we're going to be doing it just this week for one. I just see that there's a huge glare, so I'll fix that.
I got a yardstick for week 2 that way you can make it line straight.
Well, I might do. I'm gonna do logos, but I'm gonna have to build a logo pack, I guess. That didn't help out very well, but we'll figure it out later. Rough draft week 1, guys. So I'm gonna start off the format. We're gonna give our picks for every single game. All right, we're gonna write them on the board. I'll upload the board to my Twitter. You can go with our picks. You get 5 minutes of uninterrupted time while we're making the picks. One of us will write on the board, pull up graphics, and then at the end of the 5 minutes, we'll do essentially a recap, and then that's the show. Under 25 minutes, boom, bam. You're drinking your morning coffee on your way to work. 25 minutes. You know who to pick for all your NFL games this week. So I will go first, and I am on the clock for 5 minutes. Now we start off with Packers 49ers. It's really hard to pick teams when your team, your heart gets poured into that team. You don't want to ever bet against your team, but sometimes smartly you have to. This isn't one of those weeks with Garoppolo not at 100. As long as COVID doesn't kill us, I think the Packers take the Thursday night game. If it still happens, got to keep an eye on that. You can feel free to comment, agree, and stuff like that, but we're not trying to do tangents. So we start off with Sunday, Broncos-Falcons. I'm not really too excited for that game. Probably won't tune in for that one. I have the Broncos going 4-4 over the Falcons that week. I think Julio gets 100 receiving yards, but that's just not enough to beat the Broncos. Seahawks, Bills, both playing very good football. Both have 6 wins, 1 6-1, 1 6-2. I think the Seahawks have the MVP in the league right now, which is Russell Wilson. So I'm going to go Seahawks, get the 7th win of the season, really claim that number 1 spot in the NFC because they're kind of playing like a complete team with Russ, man. Bears, Titans. I hate Chicago. I hate Nick Foles. I don't really hate him. I just have nothing good to say about him. That whole quarterback situation makes me miss Jay Cutler even more because he was just as terrible as all 3 of them all together. So I think the Bears shoot themselves in the foot over and over again, and the Bears end up losing to the Titans. King Henry, but King Henry, he's going to have a good day running, and I got the Titans. Ravens, Colts, they're both 5-2, surprisingly. Phillip Rivers doing it for that squad, but I think Baltimore's defense comes to town. I'm going to pick the Ravens in that game. Let's bring that to the Panthers and Chiefs. Is Christian still out? Yes?
Should be back this week.
Okay, he's coming back, but how healthy is he? Nobody really knows. I'm still taking the Chiefs over the Panthers for that easy pick for me. Lions, Vikings, breaking news. If you haven't checked your phones, and we're not talking about the poll results, Matt Stafford came down with COVID-19. So he is on the COVID list this week for Detroit. So I'm going to pick the Vikings to get their 3rd win of the season, to go to 3-5, and to make me even more nervous to be a Packers fan in the NFC North Division. Giants, Washington, the football team versus the G-men. I think Washington pulls it out, gets another dubski, moves on to 3-5. The Giants move to 1-8. Texans, Jaguars, 1-6, snooze fest. I don't get how you only have 2 wins total between two teams at this time of the year. I'm just going to go Texans. I think they're going to get a dub. Good for them. Raiders, Chargers. So basically, I have nothing against the Raiders, nothing against the Chargers. You've got a rookie quarterback versus arguably one of the top 5 coaches of all time in the league currently. So I think the Raiders get it done. They move on to 5-3. Steelers, Cowboys. Steelers go to 8-0 because their fucking schedule's cake. They've got 2 more hard games left. Cowboys, they might start Central Michigan University quarterback Cooper Rush. So we'll see that more in development. But I don't think the Cowboys get it done. They are going to move on to 2-7 while the Steelers remain undefeated. Dolphins, Cardinals. Surprisingly, I'm taking the Dolphins. They've been playing extremely well football recently. I know the Cardinals are an offensive showboat house, but the Dolphins have been playing more complete, so I'm picking the Dolphins this week. Saints, Buccaneers. I've been saying a lot, but this is the second matchup, right, between this season. I think because Gronk's been turning it up, he just gives that little edge, so I'm going Buccaneers for that. The Monday Night Football game. Jets, Patriots. We'll have to write a score in for the tiebreakers, you know. So we'll do total points scored on the Monday Night Football game for the tiebreakers of the week. So Patriots, Jets. Patriots will move on to 3-5 while the Jets remain 0-9. I'll put the Patriots scoring. I'm going to say 24 points, and I'm going to say the Jets score 14. So 24-14. So total points of 38. And in under 5 minutes, there are my picks. All right. So, cut. You are now on the clock.
Sounds good to me. Disagree with a whole lot of the first game, I got Packers over Niners. Even with a healthy Garoppolo, I think Packers win that one. Second matchup, I got Falcons over Broncos. I think Julio's going to get it done. I'm picking Seattle over the Bills for the next one. I don't think anyone's going to beat Seattle the rest of the year. I got Titans over the Bears. King Henry's going to get it done.
Derrick Henry.
King Henry.
I know. No. I said Mark again. The world's strongest man, WWE.
Where we at? Ravens over Colts.
Can you not hear one of us?
You guys want to switch headsets real quick?
You can just have this one. Okay. Yeah.
We're doing this on the fly, okay?
On the fly. Doing it live.
All right. So I got Ravens over Colts. I need Lamar Jackson to have a huge game. I don't think I've been talking for 4 minutes. Damn.
No, you've probably been talking for a minute, so.
Oh, well.
So, Ravens, Colts?
Ravens over Colts. I need Lamar to have a huge game. Fantasy-wise, at least. Chiefs over the Panthers, even with CMC coming back. I'm not going to bet against the Chiefs for the rest of the year. They're just too solid of a team. Take the Vikings over the Lions, even with a healthy Matt Stafford. I don't think the Lions are the team. I'm going to say football team beats the Giants. Because fuck the Giants. Then I got Jags over Texans, which I think is going to be a close game. It might be decided by like a field goal or something like that. Raiders over Chargers. Family's big Raider fans, so they're going to like that pick. I don't think the Chargers are going to make it happen. Steelers over Cowboys by a mile. That one's not even going to be close. I'd be surprised if the Cowboys even got in the end zone. Cardinals over Dolphins. I think what's that receiver they got out there? They just traded for him. Hopkins. Yeah, I think he's going to go off. He's going to have three. He's going to have 3 touchdowns. Bucks over Saints. Brady's going to have 5 touchdown passes. The GOAT. I think they're going to go 1-1 with the Saints. And then Patriots forever. They're always going to win. And I guess the score for the Patriots game. You said 24-14. I'm going to go 36-17. Boom. Too easy.
All right, Frank. Let me reset the clock here. Sorry, guys. This is a new show. All right, Frank, you're on the clock.
All right, so first game, Green Bay versus San Francisco. No Jimmy G, no problem. They still lose. I've got the Packers winning Thursday night. Denver versus Atlanta. I think the Falcons' woes continue. Broncos take that one. Plus, I need Melvin Gordon to go off in fantasy. Seattle, Buffalo. I'm high. Not right now, but I'm all in on Josh Allen. I'm high on Josh Allen.
Ooh.
So I've got the Buffalo Bills beating Seattle. Chicago, Tennessee. I know Tennessee dropped 2 straight. They just lost to Cincy last weekend. They bounced back and they beat the Bears. Bears. Even though I like BDN, Big Dick Nick, I just don't think he's got it. I was actually high on him this year with coming back to his 2 coaches.
So you're high on Allen and Foles?
Yeah, I was high on Foles.
Looking for weird. Keep going.
Baltimore, Indy. Hot take here. I'm still not sold on Lamar, but the Ravens will beat the Colts. Carolina, Panthers versus the Chiefs. I don't think you can bet against Mahomes, so I've got Chiefs beating the Panthers. Let's see. We got the Lions versus the Vikings. No Matt. I think that might actually help the Lions. I have Lions beating the Vikings.
Ooh.
Wow.
I don't like Kirk Cousins.
Spicy pick.
Spicy boy.
Giants versus the football team. It's an NFC East battle. They're always going to be good, even it being the NFC least right now.
Mm-hmm.
Washington has a solid defense, but I think Jones gets it done. I've got the Giants winning.
Wow.
Houston, Jacksonville. I've got the Texans winning that one.
Okay.
They haven't been looking like themselves, but I still have faith. We've got Vegas versus the Chargers. Despite the blown game last week, I like Herbert, and I think the Chargers get the win.
Wow.
Pittsburgh versus Dallas. The Steelers did struggle against the Eagles, but we still don't know if it's Cooper Rush or Garrett Gilbert to start. Either way, Steelers win. Miami, Arizona. I am not a fan of Tua, not only because he's an Alabama product, but I just don't think he's that good. But I think Miami's defense continues to roll, and I've got the Dolphins beating the Cardinals. Plus, I don't know how I feel about Kyler Murray yet. Their head coach was a Texas Tech guy who molded Mahomes, but I don't know. Anyway, New Orleans versus Tampa Bay. Tom keeps Tampa Bay winning. I've got the Bucks over the Saints. And then I'm calling it here. New England begins their playoff push on Monday night. I still think they get in. I've got Pats beating the Jets. And I've got the final score, because, again, you can't bet on Bill Belichick. I've got the final score, New England 20, Jets 17.
All right. Now, the picks are in, everybody.
Hey, the picks are in.
So, some of my initial reactions, the Lions has to be one of the craziest picks.
Yeah, that's a wild pick.
That's a wild one. The Vikings have their woes, but they're still not Detroit. The G-Men versus Washington, I think that's a good pick for you, Frank. Titans, Ravens, across the board. Seattle versus Buffalo. You gotta be. Why are you so high on Allen? Tell me why you're so high on Allen.
I think Buffalo's good. I don't think they're that good.
Tell me why you're high on him.
He came out of Wyoming, right? I've just liked him since he's came out of Wyoming. I think he's got that mix of, arm strength and accuracy, and then obviously he's a threat, dual threat.
Was he the cocky one that said that he wanted 7 Super Bowl rings or something like that?
No, I think that was Josh Rosen, wasn't it?
Oh, it was Rosen. No, you're right. It was Rosen.
Yeah, Rosen said that they would regret drafting him so low.
Yeah.
Now what team is he on as a bench? Second string?
Yeah, but he's riding the bench somewhere. I don't know where.
But I like Allen. I just think he's a stud. He's a stud athlete.
He's a good quarterback. He's gonna be the Brett Favre of the league here in about 10 years.
Big, tall, he can run, and he's still got a pretty good arm.
Mm.
And then they've got Cole Beasley, Stephon Diggs.
Yeah, those are their big two.
Their defense is still pretty solid. Sean McDermott is the defensive coordinator.
Yeah, their O-line does a good job too. He doesn't get hit very much.
So I like Buffalo, and I think Seattle is susceptible to the wide receiver game.
And then, Cut, why'd you pick the Falcons over the Broncos?
Why'd I pick the Falcons over the Broncos? I think Julio's going to go off. Julio and what's that other guy they got? Their number 2?
Calvin Ridley.
Ridley. Yeah. Julio and Ridley are going to combine for 5 touchdowns.
All right. Surprising pick, too. I mean, not surprising. It's more surprising picking the Dolphins over the Cards. I think the Cardinals are a safer bet.
I think they're a better team.
I think between Kyler's experience and Tua, you've got 2 years, and you've got 1 game and 2 passes from the previous game. But I still think the Fins, the way that they've been winning and the way that they've been playing, I think they come out on top. I know there's a glare here. We'll take a picture of it later so you can dissect it. If you pull up the picture in my Twitter, JTFJville, while you listen to the podcast / watch the YouTube video, we all got Tampa Bay with the Bucs winning. I think Gronk is starting to finally come out of his shell. We're all Pats Nation. Any other matchups that you guys want to talk about today?
And we could talk about Texans-Jags. That's going to be a garbage game, though.
Garbage time.
Yeah.
1-6 versus 1-6. Garbage.
And for the rest of it, we all kind of agree on the Ravens and the Titans and the Chiefs. And
I honestly think Jacksonville going in on all in on Gardner Minshew was a mistake.
You don't like Minshew, huh?
It's not that I don't like him. I think he had a good couple games last year. Everybody was all crazy.
He had a solid, it was like a 6-game stretch. He had a solid stretch.
They got rid of Foles and started their woes with Minshew.
Yeah, and then they got the Uncle Rico thing going on, so I think just people were high on him.
Yeah.
I like that word "high" today.
Yeah, you do.
Word of the day is high.
The word of the day is high on Allen.
And so since we'll be bringing guests on sometimes, it's going to be a little hard to track. Not hard to track, but the consistent people who pick every week will do like overall.
Mm-hmm.
We'll have best weeks, so where like if you have the best record, we'll write it on our best week, and then we'll have like best guest picks. So if we have more than us 3 picking, and we bring somebody else on as a guest, we'll just have a guest category as well. This is a loose format. This is all done by hand. Thought about this.
We'll have some straight lines next week. I promise.
Straight lines, a chart, something else.
Yeah.
But as of right now, this is episode numero uno of the picks. We'll all 3 be regulars. So you'll have Cut, you'll have Frank, and you'll have me. That's all the football knowledge you need for the picks. It comes out Wednesday or Thursday every week. Go to jtjville.com. I'll have the link to my YouTube page. Go to Twitter. You can tag all 3 of us on the Twitter when it gets uploaded. You got anything else to add, Cut?
Go Pats.
Anything else to add, Frank?
Eagles are on a bye, so go Tampa Bay.
All right. The last thing I have to say is Pepper, your lines without Stafford, they're fucked. V, your fucking Cowboys are hot garbage time, and Elliott can't fucking score a
I
goddamn
just giggle every time I think of the fucking Cowboys this year.
Amari Cooper, I wish I could just break his fucking legs because he's not catching a pass. I think Amari Cooper catches less than 5 touchdown passes for the remainder of the year because he ain't getting shit.
Hot take.
And V, fuck your Cowboys, go Pat, go. But hey, thanks for watching the picks. Brought to you by blank. I'll give you sponsors.
Stay spicy.
Stay spicy. Hi.